In this video, we're looking at the new Zoom M3 MicTrak shotgun microphone and recorder. And I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why this is an awesome mic at the sub $200 price point. But I'm gonna show you also the reason why it's not quite the perfect microphone. Let's go. All right, let's see how this mic holds up against the train. So I'm standing against these massive air conditioning units on this building, and I wanted to test how good it is at removing that noise. All right, so this is the ultimate test. We got music playing on this side, we have construction happening on that side, and we're standing right on a street. So can this mic be as versatile to walk through a place like this with so much environmental noise and still pick up my voice clearly? We used the microphone outside, and now I wanted to test it out in a studio environment. So this mic is pretty basic, and I actually really like it because it's so simple. It's not basic bad, like bad quality. It's basic simple, like you can plug it in and it's really easy to use. So first things first, this is a shotgun mic. So you plug it into your camera, you set whatever adjustment gain you want in your camera, and boom, you have audio that's coming from the mic into your camera. However, there is a record button on the shotgun mic itself. So once you hit that record button, then you're recording a second track that is 32-bit float that's going directly to a micro SD card that is also located in the shotgun microphone. Unlike most Rode shotgun mics that you'll put on the top of your camera, this one does not have any sort of gain adjustment. And they say because it's in 32-bit float, you don't need a gain adjustment on the microphone itself. You also have the ability to monitor your audio through a 3.5mm volume adjusting audio jack that is right there on the mic. But when it comes to recording options on this, that's where it gets a little bit neat. So neat. So the mic also has two more buttons. One is a low cut function. The other button allows you to record in one of two ways. Either capture what's directly in front of the microphone, or it allows you to record in what they call a figure 8 pattern, collecting a lot more of your environment. One of the cool things that Zoom did, they've given you the ability to pull that raw track into their software and manipulate what kind of audio you want. I'm gonna have my editor show you exactly what that looks like right now. Hey, are you serious? That's your job. It's not my job to do. Fine. All right, so what the kid is trying to say is that the raw file that you pull off of the shotgun mic, you can pull it into the Zoom software. Regardless of what feature you selected while you were shooting, you can change that stuff in post. So when you first put the card into your computer, you're gonna see two different files. You're gonna see a WAV file, and then you're gonna see a file that's called MS RAW. Pull that raw file into your Zoom software. So I basically shot everything in mono, so it's just picking up my voice. Let's just say, for some reason, I wanted to pick up more of the environment in that scene. So first things first, you can adjust the gain upwards or downwards if you feel like it was a little too hot or if it wasn't loud enough. But most importantly, right here, you're gonna see the ability to change from either mono or stereo sound. So if it's mono, you're just getting what was directly in front of the microphone. But I wanna export this track with a little more environment. So I have the ability to choose 30, 60, 90, 120, or 150 degrees around the mic. And based on whatever I choose here in the software, it's going to export the track with either more or less environment. Even if I did happen to record it with, let's say, 120 degrees, I can go ahead and adjust that back to mono if I don't want any of that environment. Like I said, in this case, let's export it with a little more environmental audio. So I'm gonna crank it up to 120 degrees, and you're gonna be able to see a little bit more of the environment and not so much of the directional sound that came into the mic originally. So we'll go ahead and name this file decode 120 degrees. And like I said, as long as you hit record on the shotgun mic and you picked up that raw audio file, you have the ability to pull it into post and do virtually anything with it. Pull that raw track into their software and manipulate what kind of audio you want there. Pull that raw track into their software and manipulate what kind of audio you want there. So now let's send it back to that kook who decided to make me do more at his job. Did you just see all those tanks on that thing? First few cars of this train were just stacked full of tanks. That could be normal, but rarely do I ever see that here in our little town. All right, let's see how this mic holds up against the train. Does the mic hold up? Are you capturing a lot of the environment? I don't know. What do you think? 90 degrees, so you should be hearing a little more of that thing. And this is 120. So now you should be hearing a lot more of the environment rather than just me speaking. All right, now we're back to just the shotgun mic. You should be hearing my voice a lot more clearly than before. That's with the low cut turned on. So I don't know, what do you think? Drop your comment, let me know. Do you think this mic is worth it? So I'm standing against these massive air conditioning units on this building. So I'm gonna be parallel to those things so that I'm not totally pointed away from it. We wanna see how well this mic can eliminate that sound. What do you think? So I'm gonna be parallel to those things so that I'm not totally pointed away from it. We wanna see how well this mic can eliminate that sound. What do you think? It should be capturing just my voice as best as possible. So it doesn't matter if you enabled all these features on the microphone itself. As long as you record it in 32-bit float, you could do everything in post. But if you forgot to push the record button, then you're stuck with whatever the camera captured. Which brings me to my number one complaint with this microphone, why it is not the perfect microphone. Because I will inevitably forget to hit record to stop recording, and I for sure will forget to turn it off, sucking battery life while it's sitting in my bag doing absolutely nothing. That's where mics like the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, which I've been using for the last few years, comes in handy. Like, you plug that thing into your computer. Yeah, you plug it into your computer. You plug it in, you turn on your camera, the mic goes on, you capture decent audio. You never forget to turn it on, you never forget to turn it off. Case in point, I just forgot to hit the record button on the microphone. So that was all audio recorded directly from the microphone into the camera. I made 0 adjustments on my audio inputs on the camera, so it could sound like garbage, it could sound great. This audio is gonna sound a whole lot better. All right, so this is the ultimate test. We got music playing on this side, we have construction happening on that side, and we're standing right on a street. So can this mic be as versatile to walk through a place like this with so much environmental noise and still pick up my voice clearly? All right, we're picking up environmental. Let's switch it directly right there. Now it should be just my voice. What do you think? Okay, just want to go over a couple things real fast here in the studio. Obviously, we use the microphone outside, and now I wanted to test it out in a studio environment. So right now we're recording on the Sennheiser 416 shotgun mic to a Zoom F6 field recorder. So this is typically how I record all of my audio when I'm shooting inside the studio. The audio sounds great. It's 32-bit float. I mean, you can get better, but I mean, it's pretty good. I wanted to test what it would sound like if we were just to put the shotgun microphone on a camera. Right now, it's about 5 feet away from where I'm sitting, mounted on the top of my C70, and I'm recording both the audio directly into the inputs of the camera, as well as recording onto the SD card in 32-bit float. So I'm gonna switch from the Sennheiser to the M3 that's being fed into the C70. So hopefully you can hear what this sounds like. It sounds a lot different than the Sennheiser. This is what it sounds like when you're just filming using strictly the audio being fed from the shotgun mic into your camera. And this again is the C70, which has pretty decent audio inputs. Now we're gonna test the 32-bit float. But here in the studio, what do you think? I mean, does it sound decent? Is it usable? I mean, this is a $200 microphone. So what does it sound like if you were just to stick it on the top of your camera and try to shoot whatever you're shooting and capture that audio? Is it usable? Is it not usable? Is it usable if you edit it using the 32-bit float track? Is it usable when the track is fed directly into your camera? You be the judge. It's lightweight, it's not gonna bog you down, and you have the ability to monitor your audio, which a lot of us out there, we want to be able to hear what we're recording to make sure it at least sounds good. And if you're shooting something for a client, you always want to be monitoring your audio, so you know if you have something that cuts out, if you lose battery power, you don't keep recording without knowing that your battery's dead. The things that I don't like, I already know I'm gonna have issues remembering to hit the record button. So if you forgot to hit the record button like I did half of the time when I was out using this thing, you better pray that you set those audio settings in your camera to something that's usable, because if you didn't, you're stuck with what you got in your camera and who knows whether it's usable or not. So to have a process that reminds you to hit the record button and hit it when you're done recording so you don't have a bunch of other nonsense is gonna be important. So another thing I really like about this is that you can disconnect the microphone from the cold shoe mount and you can use the mic however you see fit. If you wanna use this separately from whatever you're recording in your camera, if you want to use this far away, as long as you have the ability to sync up your audio, this is going to be awesome, because you can just pull the 32-bit float track off the SD card and you can sync it in post, and man, you got a wireless microphone. So who is this mic for? Coming in at $200, I mean, this is a no-brainer if you want to buy a microphone and just keep it in your bag. Somebody that shoots on their cell phone would want to pick one of these up. It's really easy to throw on a cell phone rig and use this to capture high-quality audio. Today I was watching Instagram and I saw a guy that had a wooden spoon with a Rode wireless Go 2 microphone taped to the top of it, and he was using it as a microphone. Get one of these and just use it as a street microphone. And if you fall into an emergency, this mic may just bail you out. It would be great to hear what you have to say about the mic. If you've bought one of these, if you've used it in the field, I would love to hear your feedback. Comment below. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please comment below. Let me know what you think of this, and if you think there's anything better out there at this price point, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. It helps the channel, and I'm very grateful that you would take your time to just be here and hear me talk about anything. So God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully when I pull the audio track off of the SD card, you'll hear a reduce. Hopefully when I pull the SD card, we'll do a Peter McKinnon.